Today I'm making vinegar pie, a strange recipe that comes from the late 1800s that made its way all the way to the Great Depression, where it kind of became the poor man's lemon meringue. So the first publication of Vinegar Pie was done in 1859, found in the Lancaster Intelligencer. This recipe was made by the YouTube channel Glenn and Friends Cooking, and I'll provide that link below. Vinegar pie recipes started popping up all throughout the country, and became especially popular in the Midwest states. Recipes would vary greatly region to region and family to family. The ingredients that were used would often vary, from molasses to refined sugar, sometimes using honey. Some would use butter, others wouldn't. The number of eggs would differ, and what type of vinegar was used. Setting aside vinegar being used as a filling for pie, adding a splash of vinegar in the making of the pie dough prevents it from oxidizing and becoming tough and chewy, while adding a splash of vinegar to egg whites while making a meringue, well, the acid in the vinegar acts as a stabilizer. Same reason we add cream of tartar. And why am I talking about meringue and showing so much lemon meringue? Well, the recipe that I'm making today is thought up as a desperation Great Depression recipe, a mock lemon meringue pie. But was it? Early pies in history were made with meat or custards. It wasn't until in the 16th century that the first fruit pie was made for Elizabeth I. This was a cherry pie. And in North America, when it comes to lemons, seeds were brought over by Christopher Columbus's expedition in 1492 and most likely planted in 1493. A few centuries later, Chula Vista, California becomes known as the world capital of lemons. Production and exportation of lemons from both California and Florida quickly filled the supply for the entirety of the United States. This brings us to the recipe that I'm making today, which comes from the Spokesman Review in 1929 and leaves me with many questions. This vinegar pie recipe acts as a lemon meringue pie without the use of lemons. Well, was this done for cost savings? That I can't really tell you, because lemons during the Great Depression were not that expensive. And other recipes use 1 or 2 eggs, not 3 like this one does. And lemons are grown pretty much year-round, so it wasn't even a seasonality thing. Lemon extract was probably more expensive than lemons themselves. Which leads me to believe that this was not a pie made out of desperation, and it was just a pie that was either the recipe handed down from a family member, or it was based on just a preference of taste and flavor. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yes, I used store-bought pie crust, and no, I have no idea what I'm doing with it, which is why I didn't fold it over the pie mold. That will mess me up later. Separated 3 eggs, adding in the 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 2/3 cup of sugar. Going to mix well these 3 egg yolks and add that in, along with 2 cups of cold water, which seemed like a lot. And honestly, I think it was a lot. It took a long time to reduce this down. If I were to make it again, I would probably do maybe 1 1/2 cup, maybe even just 1 cup of water. Now I'm adding in the 2 tablespoons of vinegar. No, my tablespoon measurement is, it was not found. My daughter must have been playing with it and lost it on me. And 1 tablespoon of lemon extract. Time to take out the pie crust, and, well, wouldn't you know, it's not what I was expecting, and my wife definitely let me know I messed up by not folding it over the lip there.
There's no actual lemon, right? So why do we have a lemon there?
And with this makeshift double boiler, I begin reducing it down.
Wait, and no butter?
reducing and reducing and reducing to where I think I must have done something wrong. Once I feel it is thick enough, I take it off to cool down. And I'm gonna begin the process of making the meringue. With the egg whites, I'm going to start whipping them up vigorously until they begin to fluff, and then I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. That's probably a little bit more than a tablespoon, but a little sugar never harmed anyone, except for a couple of diabetics. And getting this nice and fluffy, adding in that lemon custard, lemon curd, whatever you want to call it. It actually looked really nice and smelled really good. This was starting to look exactly like a lemon meringue pie. Just adding in that meringue, smoothing it over so it covers the whole thing, adding some pretty little stylized little mountain peaks there, and then I'm just gonna throw it into the oven and let it brown on top. This won't be too long, so just keep an eye on it. About 5 minutes in the oven at 350, and this came out just looking awesome.
All right, this Depression era lemon meringue pie. Let's see how it is. I didn't let it sit as long as I probably should have to rest. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm a little bit nervous with the vinegar that I added to it. It did have kind of a strong vinegar smell, but as I was cooking down the lemon curd inside it kind of went away. We'll see. It's actually pretty good. It's weird, you do have that vinegar notes when it goes right into your mouth. You kind of feel that like singeing of the vinegar, but it immediately goes away into lemon, and then it comes back. It's like lemon meringue. It's pretty good. Tough times. All you have is a few ingredients. Don't have lemons. Don't have access to lemons. Maybe lemons are too expensive. You can try and pull it off with just a little bit of lemon oil and vinegar. Overall, I'd say 6 out of 10.